Hi, sorry we got disconnected earlier, but yeah, I just connected now. So please bear with me and let's just wait for others to reconnect. I already posted our live streaming link, and there's some questions here that of course we would like to respond to people so they would get the clarification that they need. Okay, so just let's just give some time for others so they could rejoin. Thank you. And for those who are new, please put the comment. Please write something in our comment section. So okay, hi Rupesh, hi Jay, hello, hello. Oh, that's too bright. Okay, so let's just read through some of the questions that have been posted earlier and let's go through them, and hopefully those who were watching us earlier would be able to reconnect. And I am so sorry if we got disconnected earlier. I don't know why. But let's go through our questions and let us clarify each of them. Okay? So I still have from our first live stream. Hi to Arnel Ariola watching from the Philippines. Are you back? I guess you are. Let's just check. I think, oh yes, okay, I've seen Arnel Ariola already there. Jay Adang, Rakesh D, hi, hello again. Um, okay, Jay Adang, among the different programs, which one is the least expensive? Jay Adang, I'm not quite sure if I understand your question correctly. However, when if you're asking about the fees, all of these programs are the same fee if you're actually looking for right for permanent residence fee and yeah, those kind of fees are all the same. What um, however, these programs are different when it comes to the when it comes to the proof of funds that is required. For example, express entry provincial nomination programs have higher requires a lot of proof of funds, big proof of funds. However, AIPP for about 3,000, I think, I'm not really quite sure, I don't have the exact figures, but around 3,000 Canadian dollars, that is the proof of fund for Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, or RNIP, for example, is a bit higher but less compared to Express Entry. RNIP, I believe, is just around 8,000 Canadian dollars. So that is the proof of fund. But if you're asking for the fees, they are all the same. Okay? It's the same fees for application for permanent residence, for processing fee, and so on and so forth. The immigration fees are universal. I mean, they are always the same. It doesn't matter with what program, but it is always the same. And April 30, it increased the fees for immigration already as well. Okay, let's go through some of the questions. Rakesh D, hello, hi. My screen seems blurred. I don't know why. Okay. However, let's go through some more of the questions. Arnel Ariola, hi Ray, can you have two job offers and wait for the endorsement letter different from the province under AIPP? Is there no problem with my application if same AIPP? Okay, if you already have a job offer, why do you have to have two job offers? One is if you are doing that, especially if it's from different provinces, you are actually showing that you do not show the genuine intent to live and reside in the one of the provinces that endorse you for AIPP. Also, there will be wait for the endorsement letter. It might have a problem as well because obviously this immigrant have obviously I believe each province have their own endorsement provinces. For endorsement, obviously it would not affect much. But when you start applying for permanent residence, you should choose one. And but however, I do not recommend you getting two job offers because obviously you need to explain to the employers as well. Like as soon as you get a job offer, you need to explain to the other employer that you already have an employer and processing you for AIPP because it doesn't work that way. And at the same time, you are taking the opportunity for another person to get the job offer and you are delaying the process. You know what I mean? Is there any problem with my application if same AIPP? And yes, there will be a problem for that with that because when they actually do the um, the background check and going through the application, of course, the immigration officer will find out and will see, and that would be questionable why you're actually getting two job offers. And of course, obviously, as I'm saying, if it's two different provinces, the question will be there because obviously, if you're applying for Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, you need also to show the intention that you really want to live and reside to the province that endorses you for permanent residence. One of the grounds to become an inadmissible to Canada is called misrepresentation, and misrepresentation is providing false information. With this, yes, you are not providing false information because if your application is genuine and all the information that you put there is true, then that is not a problem. However, one of the grounds as well, as I've said earlier, if you're applying for an immigration through AIPP, you need to show the genuine intent that you are actually willing or interested to live to that province that endorses you. And if you're applying to two different provinces, that would be a question because obviously, where is the loyalty? You know what I mean? You need to prove that you want or you are determined to live in that province. But yes, that is the problem that you might encounter in case. Okay, J. Adam, good luck to your exam. Praying for you will pass it. Thank you very much. I'm also praying for it. Quantum Supremacy. I'm watch your videos. I'm Mia. I tried AIPP, but it is hard to get the job offer. What else can you advise to get a chance? First is maybe there's something wrong with your application. There are ways for you to improve your employability here in Canada. As I've said earlier in my past videos, in my past live streaming, if you're looking for an opportunity to come and get a job here in Canada at this moment, it would be very difficult and impossible to get a job offer right now because of this COVID-19. There's a lot of people, Canadian citizens and permanent residents who lost their job and employers are no longer hiring at the moment. If you could wait and work through improving your employability, I I created a video, 10 tips on how you would get a job offer from outside of Canada. So I believe that, and I suggest that you watch that video and see maybe there are things that you could improve to make yourself more employable and and hireable for the employers. Otherwise, there are other opportunities such as you might also consider coming and studying here in Canada for a year or two. This would also open opportunities for immigration here in Canada. Yash Kumar, can you help me in getting a job offer in Canada? My answer is no. How much we need to pay if we get a consultant? Each consultant has a different fee, and I cannot talk about them because obviously I might give you a price and that might be different, right? So if you're interested, I would recommend you approach immigration consultants and find out because obviously each immigration consultant also charge differently depending on the program that you're applying to or the assistance that they are providing you as well. Sir, do you think, Rakesh D, sir, do you think this pandemic would affect endorsement, like rejecting endorsement to focus on local employees? I have applied for endorsement in February. Rakesh D, I do not think that this pandemic would affect endorsement approvals. However, it would really affect the length of the process because as I already explained, there are limited people now who actually work and most of the government people are also working from home. So that is one of the reasons why it might delay the process. Okay. And okay, some more questions. How? Yash Kumar applied for Manitoba and Quebec PNP, but I didn't get any draw yet. So please help me what I have to do next. Yash Kumar, of course, I do not know what you applied and if your application was correct or not. However, I would suggest that you be patient and at the same time, of course, I have no idea of the background of your application, so it's very difficult for me to comment or say something about that. Okay, so those are the questions from our first live stream. Okay, let's go and check the other one. Just 1 second, guys, and let's see. Okay, so I'll check on some of the other questions that are being posted in our group. At Arnel Ariola, Rakesh, what province for waiting for endorsement letter? J. Adam, thank you very much. Okay, so Rakesh is waiting from Nova Scotia. Quantum Supremacy would like to ask if I try international student program, what can you give options? What kind of options are you looking? But of course, I'll be very excited to explain about the international student program. Or, of course, for those people, if you could afford and if you are really, really interested to immigrate here in Canada, and if you are having struggle of getting a job offer for a Canadian employer, being an international student is a very good option. Why? Because from once you complete your degree or your program, you get or you can apply for a postgraduate work permit, which allows you to apply or to work to any employer that you want in any province that you wish. And the length of the postgraduate work permit also depends on the length of your studies or education. So, for example, if you come and study here in Canada for 6 months, you also get a postgraduate work permit for 6 months. For program of 1 year, also 1 year of postgraduate work permit, and program of 2 years, you get 3 years of postgraduate work permit. So with that, it would open a lot of opportunities for you to become an a permanent resident here in Canada. For example, while you are once you completed your 1 year of experience here in Canada, you could qualify for a Canadian Experience Class program under Express Entry, which only requires 1 year of experience here in Canada. You could also meet an employer who's willing to provide or to sponsor to process your permanent residence either through through provincial nomination program, or if you will be studying, for example, in one of the 11 rural communities, you could also get an opportunity to become an immigrant or permanent residence through RNIP. Or if you will be studying in one of the colleges or universities in Atlantic Province, then you could also process under International Graduate AIPP stream. So there's a lot of good opportunities to become an immigrant here in Canada. Okay, so let's go through some of the questions as well. Mhm. Jay Adang, thank you YouTube for notifying me to watch live for this awesome person who is willing to help others. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that comment. At Arnel Ariola, at Rakesh, same province and same month. Okay, so at least you could communicate with one another and get updates. Okay. Oh, Jay Ada, it's your first time to watch me doing the live stream. I also provide videos, but just the past few days I have been very busy doing some part-time job here in Canada since I don't have a job right now. That is the reason why I'm not able to upload videos. So what I do right now is do live streaming 2 times a week. So if you are very much interested to know or to learn about Canada immigration, I would recommend that you please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow and like our page, Facebook page, Canada Immigration Updates by Ray. Just 1 second, I'm looking for the other chats. Satvir Singh. Hi Ray. Is this news is real that all provinces have halted their programs from Outlanders? If yes, any guess when they are going to start again? Satvinder, as far as I'm aware, the provinces have not done it. Immigration is still open to everyone. However, of course, if you're looking for job opportunities right now, it's very difficult to get one, or it is impossible to get at least. But the processing and programs are still open, so you could still actually take advantage of that. And also, just an update. Most of the establishments are starting to reopen again this month. So it might be something that you should be aware of, because that means that businesses would start booming again here in Canada. Of course, that is tentative, but that is the plan. This month of May, businesses will start to reopen. Not all industries would be back, but most are already starting to reopen. Okay? So those are some of the questions. Now we'll go to some of the questions that have been posted in our YouTube channel. Sefi Maggie, is it possible to get a multiple job offer at the same time? And do you have any option to choose? This is for AIPP application? Sefi Maggie, thank you for that question. I already brought answer that. Of course, it is not advisable for you to get two job offers because one is obviously it might affect your application for permanent residence because the immigration officer might question your loyalty and your intention why you are actually getting two job offers. um, Obviously you can only work for one and only one employer can endorse you or one province can endorse you, and at the same time it is not advisable because it actually prolongs the process, and the job offer that could be given to another applicant, you are taking or you are depriving them from getting it. And at the same time, when you're processing and afterwards you will tell your employer, oh, you know what, I already processed with another employer, I would have to back out last minute. Just try to think of the time as well that the employer and the process invested on you. So you know what I mean? And this kind of behavior will also will be a turn off to some of the employers because there's no professionalism. Why are you accepting two job offers, and which obviously you can only work for one, right? So that's something that you guys need to look into as well. Okay, so now we're going through some of the comments that have been published in our YouTube channel while I was away. So Metu Surchi, hi bro. Small doubt in AIPP process while physical verification by immigration. We should we available in job? We get information about their visit. What if they come on our weekly day off? What does that mean? Okay, so I think Metu Surchi is asking if they come here in Canada and they work, do the immigration actually come and visit the employers? When I was processing mine, I was not visited, but some of my friends, yes, they did visit them on their job, and they did survey, ask them how they are doing, how they are enjoying their jobs, and so on and so forth. So yes, that is a possibility. Satvir saying things, but on Alberta's website, it's mentioned that they are accepting only people who are living and working in the province. At this time, it may be temporary. Um, okay. So, Satvir, yes, because most of the jobs, as I keep on saying, most of the jobs, they prioritize people who are already here in Canada. And when you're actually visiting job sites, the employers are very clear in their instructions and comments that they say that if you do not have the work authorization to work in Canada, they will not process your application. So that could be one of the reasons, or I think that is what you're referring to. J. Adam, sir, may I ask again what site I can get easily job offer? There are different job sites that are available. For example, if you have access to the job bank, the job bank is linked to the government, Canada government website, and all the job openings or job availabilities here in Canada are posted there. There are also different job sites such as Indeed.ca, um, Monster, LinkedIn. So you could visit different, and Glassdoor as well. You could visit those job sites, and those are the jobs that are posted that are available for opportunities. However, as I keep on mentioning, most of these jobs do not hire or only require people who are already Canadian resident, permanent resident holders, or have an open work permit because they do not process for international applicants. So you just have to make sure that you look into those things as well. Okay, let's go through more questions and comments from Saudul Faisal. Hello, Mr. Ray. It is a very informative video. And I want to ask a question that I am from India and working in Qatar. And can I apply for this program from here? Okay, yes, for anyone, you can apply for different programs, or most of the programs actually, you apply it from outside of Canada. Another comment from Glenda Gutierrez. Hi, enjoyed watching your video. Very informative. She has an application through AIPP, but it is difficult to get a job offer. And she worked for 10 years as head teller or teller supervisor in a bank. Do banks provide job offer to any other countries? Yes. Um, Other jobs actually provide, or a lot of employers provide job opportunities for people who are not in Canada, but not at this time. Okay, so one of the videos that I have posted is how to find an AAPP designated employer and get a job offer to Canada permanent resident. That is uploaded in our YouTube channel. And a comment from Ivy Joy Salazar. Hi, Ray. Thank you for sharing your experiences. Can I know if you apply directly to Canada Immigration or you use some agency here? So okay, thank you very much for that comment, Ivy Joy Salazar. When I was actually first interested to immigrate here in Canada, I was looking for any opportunity. I first get the assistance of an immigration consultant in the Philippines, which referred me to the job that I got. At the same time, I sent my application to different employers through Indeed.ca. So at the same time, Indeed.ca was able to provide me an interview from an employer, and the immigration consultant as well was able to link me to an employer. So to answer that, yes, I did both, but when I am actually processing my permanent residence, I did it my own. I did not use my consultant to process my application. So I did my self study, my research, and so on and so forth, which I became very successful because my application was approved the first time I applied for it. Maylin de la Rosa, Survey, good day. If she applies for AIPP, um, will she be accepted considering that her last job was in 2008? Thank you. So to clarify that, in AIPP, RNIP, or other programs, most of them, you need to be the most recent job experience, the past 3 years is the ones considered. So one of the requirements for this program is that you should have at least 1 year of work experience within the past 3 years that is in line to the job that you are applying for here in Canada. Okay, Aldan Kapatan. Another question here. Hi, sir. Considering the path of AIPP, I have a 3 years experience on a particular NOC since 2016 until June 2019, and that is a total of 3 years. But then my employment was cut off last June. Does AIPP require that you have an existing and continued job? Thank you. AIPP does not require that the applicant is still or currently working. As I've said, you should have at least a 1 year of experience within the past 3 years. Ferdinand Rosario, hi, good morning, survey, watching from Macau. Thank you, I appreciate that. Budi Praset, my friend who live in Canada, told me that lawyer could issue LMIA, and then he said we have to pay approximately 19,000 Canadian dollars. Is it true? Then that's a lie and it's a scam. Okay. So yeah, so those are some of the questions that have been posted in our live streaming. and in our YouTube channel. So if you have any further questions, guys, please feel free to post it in our live channel, and we'll be more than happy to provide you the answers. So we're just waiting for a few more questions. If there will be no more questions, then we'll have to finish our live streaming. So let's just wait for more people. Okay, so I don't think there will be more questions. However, if you have any more questions, please put that in our comment section and we'll get back to you in our next live streaming. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in and have a great day.